Let's turn this cardboard into steel. So I tried to do a bit more to this than just make it as wide and stupid as possible. Try to make it follow all the lines so it cuts nice, you know? Because you didn't want it just a bit all over the place. It's all got to flow properly. So we wanted it to cut nice, you know? Sort of follow the angles of the truck. So where this back sort of piece cuts up, trying to like bring this up and in, and then follow that and then go all the way down the line and across the top. We want to make sure it all sort of cuts in right, so we sort of got to follow this angle here and then around there. But this bit's a bit sharp at the moment, so this would be more of a rolled edge and obviously a nice lip on it, and then probably a bit of a flare around here, and then a sort of nice tight cut at the back. And then once it's done, like a cool diffuser underneath or something, you know. And obviously a big wing on, you know, all that sort of stupid stuff. But today, or this week, I'm just going to get this built. So let's get my overalls on and get some steel out and start cutting. There we go, nice fresh sheet of 0.9 cold rolled. I'm going to start with this top piece, I think. Just start at the top and work our way down. So instead of just drawing around it, because obviously this bit's got to be pretty perfect, I'm gonna measure it and then take all the averages and then obviously mark it out all nice and square and straight, and then add in our curves, because I want this to, is a bit sharp at the moment. I think this needs to be a bit more of a curve, or else it's just gonna look like a flat piece of panel. So that's what I'm gonna do. 800. Yeah, 95. 400 centers between the curve. Plus, I want this piece, I want to have a return on it, so I've got something to weld or rivet or whatever to the actual truck. It's probably not easy to see because I've used a scribe, but I've marked it out. But now I want, obviously, this to be a nice little bit of a curve, because it's a bit crap in it, just being straight. So, and I want all of them to be the same, so obviously both sides of the truck, both corners of here. So I think I'm going to cut a bit of scrap aluminium out and then freehand the curve and make a jig or a marking plate so I can use it on all four corners. There it is. So it can go either way to mark out both sides of our radius now. So just draw around that and then cut the whole lot out. Here we have it. So this is going to sit like sort of like there, yeah? Obviously this going to put a little return bend on there to sort of attach it to this piece. Have to sculpt around this a little bit. So I think I'll put some holes in it, so when I bend it I can drill and pin it on to hold it in place. Just a few little 2.5 holes to do. Just need to find the angle now for the bend on the top, so it's parallel to the floor. Looks pretty good to me. So obviously the next thing we need to make sure is this is perfectly in the middle. So we've got our laser all set up now, straight through the middle of the wheel, so we know it's all bang in the middle. I'm just going to line that up with the middle center line of our panel that we made, and that way we know it's all where we want it. And then just going to pop these holes through, set that on there in place. Oops. Spot on. Yep, the truck is level. This bit doesn't actually foul, but I think it just wants a little bit sculpted out. I think that'll look a lot neater then. That's better, isn't it? It's the little details that matter. So now I think before we start making our bottom panel, I want to roll this lip a bit so we ain't got a sharp corner. So obviously we don't want this one just square coming up and then, you know, like that. So this wants to be like a roll with edge. Just gonna give myself a bit of a guideline just so I know I've got a nice even roll. Then just start tweaking it. This is where the time goes. We're getting there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we've got that top bit done, we need to work out how to do this. Obviously this is just a rough guide, but it should be something to go off, hopefully. I think I've got it, so just have to cut it out now. I'll leave a little bit of meat on it, so we've got some trimming space. Right, there we go. Just got to bend it now and try and make it fit. We're starting to get somewhere. Now obviously this edge you need a bit of trimming because the way it curves, this drops off at the ends, if you know what I mean. And I know the wheels are a bit tucked on the rear, but this being a truck is actually going to get used, and so when the weight's in the bed, the wheels actually need to be able to go all the way up, unfortunately. It would be nice to have a bit of poke on them, but it's actually going to be used, so it's not going to be very practical if we did. I think it still looked pretty cool though. Always use a file with a handle. So we're starting to get there, but as you can see, we've got the laser set. The angle of this doesn't quite follow. So I think we need to trim that because it's got to look nice and sharp in it. That's better, we're starting to get somewhere now. The only thing is next, that means I got to roll this edge. So more bending and hammering. There, easy as that. So just folded the lip all the way around on the back, doubled it back, to give it a proper bit of strength. And then give it a little lip on the front, give it some shape. When I made the front one, I put a bit of a body line in it. So I think we need to do the same on the back to match. It's gonna look a little bit odd, isn't it? I absolutely hate this thing. If anyone wants to buy me a nice big Bailey electronic bead roller, that'd be bloody lovely. Right, let's weld it all together. I was just thinking, I wonder if my little two-stroke would run me welder. But that's definitely a stupid idea for another day. I've got all the wing welded up now. So we just got to dress that seam and get it on and see what it looks like. So what do we think? It's far from perfect, but nothing a little tickle with a hammer won't finish. There's a few boring bits I've got to do, like these little holes need filling at the end. Obviously, this need permanently working out how we're going to do that. and then deciding how much more of a roll to put on this lip, if any. But it's getting there. I'm nearly ready to start doing the running board, which is the bit I'm most excited about. So we just got to do the bounce test now to make sure it don't rub. I don't have to redo it all again once it's painted. Looks pretty good to me. That is all drilled and pinned on now. So it's all nice and strong. So the next bit's the exciting bit. We get to build the running board. And here's what I cut earlier. So I've got a rough shape and I've left a load of excess around the outside for bending, so we can put little recesses and folds on the end to give it some proper strength. So the next thing to do is just to bend it and see how it fits. So I've bent the first two outside edges just a 10mm, and I fold these all the way around. That gives a nice lip and some strength. I mean, you can see the difference already, the strength of the thing, and it's only a bit of sheet. So just gonna knock all these edges over now and then bend the rest. Now we're cooking. It's fouling in a few places, so we've got to do a little bit of trimming. Presents. I go through far too many of these, but I am a snob, so I only use 3M. This is what it's all been about. How good does that look? Just really ties everything together now. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot to do, but what a difference. Sorry about the spade, someone's shoveling snow outside. Ruining my moment. Right, now I'm done getting overexcited. This, just to be awkward, I want to make removable because look where it sits. Someone's going to put their foot on it, or kick it, or bend it, or hit a speed bump, or anything. So we want to make it so we can reasonably easy take it off and make another one, or repair it, or whatever. So I got to work out how to do that now. You can just start by drilling some holes in it, I suppose, and then working out how to make some brackets underneath that we can access, sort of, if you know what I mean. Right, that's this end drilled and pinned. Now we've got a bit of an angle issue here. Slight taper just off about 5mm. So I'm going to correct that, get this back on, and then, I don't know, we're going to put some sort of bracket in the back. That's better. Now let's make a bracket. And I made a little Z bracket sort of thing to go up inside round the back to hold it all, you know. Oh, shut up, compressor. Oh no. Oh, why do I do this? Oh, it's woo. Right, just open these up to 4.1 now. Oops. Oops. Thanks again to everyone for the support. I do appreciate it. I know it's not exactly t-shirt weather at the moment. I've had a few people in the States ask as well, so I think I've sorted out being able to ship t-shirts to the States. It's about 14 quid, so it ain't the cheapest, but I think it just needs to change my website just for t-shirts somehow. I'll have to figure that out, and then I'll be able to do that, so keep your eyes open. So again, thanks to everyone for that. People that are showing interest and stuff all around the world. So next time this comes apart, we just need to weld in nuts on the back of these angles, and either riv nut or some sort of nut plate, we'll work that out after, just so this bit is removable. Because if I weld it in or rivet it, you know, it's pretty strong to be fair, but it's just going to be easier if it does get damaged to just straighten it out. Hopefully it won't, but you never know. So I think this side still needs something, you know. It's pretty good, but it needs some sort of feature to it. Not feature, but like to make it a bit more race car spec. I do love putting the swaged holes and stuff. I don't know if any of you've seen the usual thing I do. Or I might have some around the other side. Ignore the mess. So like the holes in the seat, for example, you know, like this sort of stuff. Something like this, you know, just to really finish it off. Or maybe even a knacker duct, if you know what that is, like an air vent. It's to sort of draw all the air. So like a break-in vent would be cool. Sort of sat in here like a big air duct to come in and suck back to the rear brakes, because they're going to get really hot, you know, with all the 4 horsepower this thing's got. So just need to have a little think. But there's that fine line between keeping it tidy and going too far. So we just got to find a nice middle ground, I think. So there we have it. Another step closer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.